for a workout? We catch up with a local chef who packs a nutritious punch. Plus, starving for a move-in ready home? A local realtor explains just how fast the market is moving. But first, a crackdown on construction zone speeders.
We want to correct the behavior, so we're reducing crashes.
12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Johnson.
And I'm Alexandra Renslow. Drivers on I-494 in Plymouth can expect to see more lights and sirens.
The State Patrol is doing extra enforcement, and as Cassie Bonstrom reports, it's all because the number of crashes in the construction zone has doubled from this time last year.
We're going to be out. We're working speed enforcement.
Being stuck in stop-and-go traffic is frustrating enough in itself. Now the State Patrol says don't add an expensive speeding ticket to the mix.
We are going to be issuing citations to drivers, which in a construction zone are a $300 fine.
Now through October, the State Patrol is putting extra patrols on 494 from 394 up to 694. Troopers will be looking for speeders and drivers not keeping a safe distance from the car in front of them, all in an effort to reduce the number of work zone crashes.
Since June 1st, we've responded to 45 crashes, which is about double what we would typically respond to on that 8-mile stretch.
The State Patrol says there's been a significant increase in 3 types of crashes: fender benders, sideswiping, and vehicles crashing into those movable barriers.
Lieutenant Tiffany Nielsen says the common factor is speed, and it's putting lives at risk.
There's been incidences with the semi-trucks. If I'm sitting up against the rail, they could kill me.
Reducing the number of crashes, however, is more than just a safety issue.
You know, the people got the turning light here.
It's also a convenience issue.
And people are jumping in.
Accidents cause even longer backups, like this one on 494 last week. Fortunately, none of the crashes reported so far have been serious or fatal, and the State Patrol hopes this enforcement helps keep it that way. In Plymouth, I'm Cassie Bonstrom, 12 News.
The 494 construction project will wrap up on the southbound side this fall. MnDOT will then begin the northbound side next spring.
Anoka-Hennepin schools could see future budget cuts. The school board is moving forward with plans to make cuts for the 2016-2017 school year due to an anticipated budget shortfall. It's likely those cuts will impact the classroom. The board decided against putting a levy referendum before voters this fall because of a very short time frame to garner support and also come up with a list of recommended cuts.
We have historically always tried to vet very thoroughly the cut list prior to going out for a levy so that we could clearly present to the community what the choices were. We just don't think we can do a good job of vetting of the type of cuts that we're going to have to make to solve this problem in the timeline that we're being forced to follow.
The exact amount of cuts needed could range between $4 and $6 million. A final decision will come in January.
Metro area home sales reached a 10-year high in June and are nearing the market's peak that was set in 2004. Home sales jumped 22% in June compared to the same month last year. The median sales price also rose to $229,000. That's up 4.7%. It's a seller's market right now because there's a lower supply of homes for sale. That means buyers are facing competition, and if a home is priced right, sellers are getting multiple offers. Plymouth realtor Jerry Moskowitz says rising rents and concern about rising interest rates are spurring buyers to take action.
You're going to continue to see things get pushed up. You're going to see the appreciation. I would expect appreciation to run somewhere in that 5% range.
Home prices in the metro are nearing the all-time high set in 2006. And the median sales price reached $238,000.
Brooklyn Park has approved a task force that will oversee plans for a possible signature park.
We look back at the people who had the vision for Edinburgh. We look back at the people who had the vision for our community activity center. And we look at just how important those things are to so many residents of our city.
The need for a destination park site has taken on a more vibrant tone in recent months because of the debate over amplified sound in city parks and where to hold large gatherings. The same task force will also be part of any potential plans for a Major League Soccer stadium. The MLS is currently focused on a site in St. Paul.
Well, we have a correction now from a story last week about a potential redevelopment project in New Hope. After a special work session last week, the City Council did not approve a plan for a city-owned land at 8400 Bass Lake Road. Instead, they agreed to move ahead with a neighborhood information meeting on a possible luxury apartment complex. That meeting will be held August 6th at New Hope City Hall to gather community feedback. The teen birth rate in Hennepin County continues a downward trend.
And now a county organization spearheading prevention initiatives has a new $7.5 million grant to help further reduce teen pregnancies. Delane Cleveland joins us now with more in today's Health Check. Delane?
Mike and Alex, it's called the Better Together Hennepin Initiative. Officials from that organization say the highest concentration of teen pregnancies in the county is in Brooklyn Center, Brooklyn Park, Robbinsdale, Central and North Minneapolis, and Richfield.
Teen pregnancy and teen births are, not surprisingly, often related to other social issues. So when you see communities that have high crime rates, high poverty rates, you'll also expect to see high teen birth rates in those communities.
Better Together Hennepin has been able to reduce teen pregnancies by 50% since its inception in 2007 by providing support for young people in the form of sex education and providing connections to caring adults. The Annex Teen Clinic in Robbinsdale is its key provider of programs and services related to sexual health in the northwest suburbs. But it also connects with teens at some of the local high schools and middle schools. The new federal grant will help those programs continue. The hope is to reduce teen birth rates in the area by another 30%.
We're going to be able to work with each of our school districts to select programs that are the best fit for their student population, which is very exciting, giving us some flexibility to tailor to the particular students in a particular school.
The new federal grant went into effect July 1st, and that runs through June of 2020. Mike and Alex, they encourage parents to talk to their children about sex, and if parents or teens want more information on how to do that, we have a link on our website where people can find that information, 12.tv.
All right, thanks you.
Thanks, Delane. The Brooklyn Park Fire Department is taking on muscular dystrophy to help local families. Second grader Noah Olenek is one of 37 families in Brooklyn Park with muscular dystrophy diseases that affect muscle function. The fire department is holding its first Fill the Boot campaign this Friday to raise money that will help local families like Noah's get the resources they need.
It's really expensive, all the physical therapy. We go in once a week for physical therapy, and we have checkup appointments to check his respiratory and his muscle function. And yeah, it just really adds up, and they've been wonderful with helping out and compensating what we're unable to do.
Most of us have healthy families, healthy kids, and we can't even imagine what it's like to go through and have this affect one of our families. And so for us to give back and to help is really important to us.
Firefighters will be outside the Cub Foods and Fleet Farm locations in Brooklyn Park on Friday and then also on August 14th to help fill the boots. Coming up, something that goes hand in hand with working out.
See what a local entrepreneur has cooking up next. And then later in sports, a hockey standout from Plymouth competes at the Minnesota Wild Development Camp.
But first, it's staying dry but still warm on Wednesday. Travail Kitchen and Amusements in Robbinsdale is known for its rich, flavorful foods.
Now the restaurant group is teaming up with a local chef to offer up healthy fare for athletes. Sonia Goins has more.
Travail Kitchen and Amusements is recognized for its award-winning dishes. Chef Adrian De Los Rios worked at Travail for 2 years. He also opened up Pig Ate My Pizza and the new Travail. Now he's serving up something different. Performance meals.
I was working here at Travail and realized that eating brown rice, broccoli, and chicken every single meal was not the way that I wanted to eat.
He says getting away from buttery, rich French foods without losing flavor was key.
It took a little bit of time, but I got it. I tweaked it up. Just giving it subtle hints of flavor, in depth, building flavors upon flavors will make that food better.
Adrian cooks about 500 performance meals in the Travail Kitchen each week.
A little bit of salt, a little bit of thyme.
The meals are geared towards athletes or anyone who wants to eat clean and healthy.
Nutrition is everything. It's 100% nutrition, 100% training.
The dishes are labeled with calorie, carb, and protein count.
I eat 5 meals a day from Adrian.
Personal trainer and bodybuilder Monte Bailey eats the meals as part of his training routine.
My favorite would probably be the red meat, whatever red meat he puts together.
He has to watch his diet closely. He's making his pro debut at the Natural Mr. Universe competition.
Everything that goes into my body is measured, timed. It sounds really, really tedious, but it makes so much of a difference.
Monte says the meals are convenient, making it easier for him to train.
I feel like I'm so much further along because I would either have to try to balance my time with training, working, and prepping. And now that whole prep time element is out of it. Besides that, they taste amazing.
I had to do a taste test myself.
That's really good.
In Robbinsdale.
It doesn't taste healthy.
Sonia Goins, 12 News.
Better than healthy. The meals are delivered to sites around the Twin Cities, including NutriShop in Maple Grove and Orange Theory in Plymouth. The meals range from $7.95 to $12.95, depending on the size. Like the guy who said, I want the meat, the red meat.
That's
there
right.
you go. Yeah. Coming up, the biggest book sale since a popular wizard was casting spells.
But first, we'll catch up with a women's hockey standout from Plymouth, fresh off a national championship season. John Jacobson is in next.
Former Wayzata hockey standout Mario Lucia of Plymouth is in town this week, getting a taste of what he hopes to be his next step in hockey. Jay Wilcox reports.
It's a taste of pro hockey while he's still in college. Mario Lucia is skating at the Minnesota Wild Development Camp before beginning his senior season at Notre Dame. This is action from a weekend open to the public scrimmage.
Oh, it's been good. I thought today went well for me. I thought I was playing fast, moving the puck, moving my feet. Passed on a couple of shots that I should have taken, but overall the experience has been good. I mean, it's good to come in and meet some players and put names with faces from guys I've drafted and the guys that are in our system, and then just make a good first impression on the coaching staff and the organization of the Minnesota Wild.
Lucia was a second-round pick of the Wild back in 2011 when he was still in high school. It's a different feel coming back to development camp as a soon-to-be 22-year-old compared to that first one.
So it's obviously a big change. I came in, as a junior in high school, going into a senior year, and it's a big jump. It's been 5 years since then, and I feel like I'm more confident coming in and make a big impact while I'm here and be a leader.
Mario definitely wants to play pro hockey, but also enjoys college and hasn't been in a hurry to take the next step.
Professional hockey is always going to be there. You only get 4 years of college, and your senior year is probably one of the best years of your life, most people say. So it's part of that, and then going in and wanting to make some history at Notre Dame, whether it's winning a national championship, winning a Hockey East championship.
The business side of things will come after he finishes his Notre Dame career. Mario Lucia is hoping his chance will come with the Wild. Jay Wilcox, 12 Sports.
There is a second development camp scrimmage Tuesday night at 6:30 at the XL Center. It's open to the public and free of charge. And then there were four. With 6 wins in 7 games over 4 days, the Wayzata American Legion baseball team advanced to the semifinals of the '96 Gopher Classic. Post 118 facing Creighton Prep from Nebraska this morning. First inning, and Creighton gets on the board first. Brandon Bina rips a shot to the fence in left field. Lucas Ripper races around from first base to score, and it's 1-0 after 1. Third inning, Wayzata with the bases loaded, but Connor Trigstead bounces back to pitcher Zach Zagazda for the final out of the inning. Wayzata's down 4-0 through 3. They do pick up a run on the 4th. Jake Marsh grounds to short. Creighton gets the out at first base, but Connor Olson scores on the play to make it 4-1. That's the only run Wayzata gets. While Creighton keeps the sticks going, Craig Petrich dumps a single in the center field to score Bina as Creighton Prep advances to the Gopher Classic Championship game against Woodbury with a 9-1 win. Champlin faced Omaha Millard West earlier in the playoff rounds. Cole Stobbe leading off the top of the third with a solo home run for the Wildcats. They lead 6-1 after 3. Top of the 5th, Walker Matthews ground ball takes a nasty hop and a run scores for Millard. Same inning, Jake Castadas drops a hit in front of the right fielder and 2-run score. Millard West is the site champion with a 9-1 win. Plymouth native Dani Cameranesi was a key player on the University of Minnesota women's hockey team this past winter and helped the Gophers to a national title. Jason Malillo profiles Cameranesi in this week's The Next Level.
Dani Cameranesi racked up 65 points in her sophomore season at the U and helped lead the Gophers to their third national championship since 2012.
It was an amazing experience. Obviously coming so close my freshman year just kind of made me and the rest of my teammates want it that much more. And getting to win it here on home ice in front of all of our fans was even more exciting.
Cameranesi had a terrific prep career at the Blake School. In her senior season, Cameranesi led the Bears to the state title and was named Miss Hockey. More impressive, though, was the seamless transition she made to the college game. Cameranesi scored 19 goals and 36 points in her freshman season at Minnesota.
A lot of that came from actually our senior class, and I was on a line with Kelly Terry and Bethany Browsen, who are both really big impact players their entire careers and had a harder work ethic than most of the people I've ever seen. So just seeing what the senior class did my freshman year and how hard they worked and how bad they wanted it, I think helped me.
Cameranesi will be a top player for the Gophers for 2 more years, and it's likely we'll also see her playing at the international level. Cameranesi made her debut for Team USA at the 2014 Four Nations Cup and aspires to ultimately represent her country at the Olympics.
That doesn't come easy, and it comes with a lot of hard work, and I think my choice coming here to the Gophers will help me hopefully get there someday.
Jason Malillo, 12 Sports.
The Northwest Metro is well represented on the Gophers team right now. Kate Schipper of Brooklyn Park and Kelly Panic of Plymouth are teammates of Cameranesi's. Panic's 44 points last season was best in the nation among freshmen. Good start for all those young ladies at U of M.
All right, thanks, John. We'll be right back.
Finally, a book that's setting publishing records.
Customers came out in droves to buy Go Set a Watchman at Barnes & Noble in Maple Grove. Online pre-orders for the book were reportedly the highest since the final release of the Harry Potter series, and that was back in 2007. It's the second novel by Harper Lee, which comes 55 years after her classic To Kill a Mockingbird was published.
Well, I'm very excited. It's always great when the literary canon changes and when you can add new layers to classics and just to see how characters grow and change. And definitely the anticipation of having decades in between is very much inspiring and makes me very curious.
Watchman set a pre-order record with its publisher, HarperCollins. Now they have it in their hands and ready to read.
A lot of excited readers.
Yeah, a lot of excitement. That does it for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
Community Corner's up next. We'll see you tomorrow.